Anfield Wrap post-match Pint from Slaughterhouse after Arsenal 0, Liverpool 0, as the Premier League champions showed the Premier League pretenders what they're all about. Who would have thought going into this game we would be the ones disappointed that we didn't get the 3 points? But there was only one team that wanted to win it, Stu, right, and it was the mighty Reds.
Do you know what? I was more worried about this show than I was the actual game all day, because I've got myself into a situation where I've just found like I'm going into games with very little hope. Not necessarily that we'll get turned over, but you know that we won't necessarily be on the front foot ourselves, that we won't be a threat to the opposition. And you go in there, they surely, I mean, their fans will have smelled blood in the there's blood in the water really around Liverpool, and if you're an Arsenal fan, you'd expected your team to get after us, you know, to be chasing us down, to be making a point that, you know, they're not just pretenders to the title, but they're the real deal, and they haven't done that today. And Liverpool, on the flip side of that, Liverpool were excellent. I was saying to Pete in the first 20 minutes, I was a little bit worried how passive we were, but it worked. It worked because by not engaging them, they didn't engage us, and we make it through to half time. They had a couple of situations where they've created a few bits and bobs down their wings, but haven't really opened us up massively to create clear-cut chances. We defended well, and then in the second half, we've really asserted ourselves. We were the better team. We were absolutely the better team. And it's not quite at the point where I can say, you know, just when I thought I was out, they've pulled me back in. But, you know, it was close. It was close there. And there was any team, really, that was going to win that in the second half. You felt it was us.
Yeah, I mean, we did have to grow into the game. We were under pressure at times in the first half. I'm going to steal your line here that you said. That second half was like one big fucking rondo for the Reds.
No, absolutely it was. Do you know what, right? What I didn't expect, so I was similar to Stu. I was worried about what can you talk about in a game like this? Because I was thinking, I was worried that we get turned over. I was worried that we'd be a little bit weak, and I think many Liverpool fans would be worried about the set pieces. I think Liverpool dealt with everything brilliantly. I think we limited them in the first half to pretty much nothing. There was a few one-on-ones where Saka skipped past the odd Kirches, and then I think it was McAllister, but obviously McAllister isn't the most mobile of guys, so it looked better than what it probably was on the telly. But other than that, he didn't really do anything. Still, in the first half, you're thinking, what is this performance? I don't really know. But if you go back in time a little bit, in the first game of the season, the second game of the season, you were worried going into the game against Arsenal at home. And what you were saying there was that when we stood off them, I was happy at Anfield when we done that. But now you fast forward and you're thinking, well, this is a completely different time. This is different form with so many points behind them and stuff like that. But it worked at Leeds. I think Arne Slot, and I've criticised him recently tactically of how he's approached the game. But I thought tonight he outfought Arteta. I thought he was brilliant in what he did, the way he set Liverpool up. You've got no real outlet. The only outlet that you've got is Jeremy Frimpong in the pace, because you've got Gakpo who isn't lightning quick, and Wirtz isn't slow, but again he isn't blessed with pace. So I thought Liverpool were brilliant. I thought it was like one big fuck off rondo, and we grew with confidence in that second half. And to me, I was getting more and more excited. I didn't want the game to finish because I thought Liverpool can get a winner here, and I wanted a big let-off, and we didn't get that, but I thought we were brilliant.
Yeah, I think huge credit to Arne Slot. Mikel Arteta did cut a frustrated figure as it got late in the game, and not just because of his team were cowardly rats, but because of the fact that the Reds were doing that to his side. In the second half, we pushed them back, we forced them back. We were the one working the angles, trying to find more openings. And if Frimpong, who normally his delivery for us has been strong, if Frimpong had been able to find that killer ball on 3 or 4 occasions, we might have got the just desserts we deserved.
Yeah, and he's shown at times over the last couple of weeks, Frimpong, that he can deliver. So it was frustrating that. It was frustrating because, you know, we did carve them open, you know, following periods of really patient possession football. And as I said before, asserting ourselves. If there was one team with the momentum, it was us. I thought McAllister had his best game for Liverpool potentially this season. He was excellent in midfield, and we just had far more composure. It was a surprise. It was really a surprise. I think you've got to give an awful lot of credit as well to the forward line. That listen, they weren't posing huge threats at all times, but on the limited.
YouTube Press the button, become a member of the Anfield Wrap from the heart of the city of Liverpool. The best way to enjoy all your Liverpool-based videos, everything you need, every single day. It is the Anfield Wrap.